government needs to address now. When we say most of our high economic crises are all based on inflation,
Okay.
and inflation is also driven by the cost of living.
Mm.
So, and that cost of living is also being fueled by transportation. So, once there is an increase in transportation, invariably it affects everything across board.
Okay.
So, what government needs to do now is to refine our own petroleum products right here in Ghana.
Okay.
And once you do that, then the cost will reduce, thereby the also reducing the price of the products. So government should develop the capacity, improve upon the capacity of the oil refinery. Or
Okay.
yes, still we can also build a new refinery at the Takoradi Enclave in addition to the oil refinery, so that at least 70 to 80% of the petroleum products we use in this country should be refined right here. And that will enable us to have a reduced product
Mm.
in the market. That's one. Two,
And do you say at least 70% of petroleum products should be refined here?
yes.
Okay.
And secondly, when we say, if you look at the quantum of resources in terms of monitoring resources that we are using to import drugs into this country, even the COVID drugs and vaccines, do you know that there are pharmaceutical companies in Ghana that have been licensed by World Health Organization to produce the same vaccines?
Mm.
Yes, but we have decided to abandon them
With
and
the
go and buy
with the
and
reason that
procure from outside. Because when we are procuring from outside, we inflate the figures
okay.
and we sell it. We claim we buy it at a higher price, and those who are in charge make exorbitant profits. And most of the time, they use it for political activities.
Mm.
That's why when the vaccine was being sold for $9, Ghana was going to buy it for around $20. You understand? So
Okay.
look at the drugs that we use. Go to our hospitals and see every single day the quantity of drugs that we administered.
Mm.
If we are able to champion and restructure, allocate resources to rebuild the pharmaceutical industry in Ghana, that alone can generate about 35% of the revenue that we are expecting annually as a country.
Okay.
So that will also strengthen the local currency, because we are no longer using a foreign currency to do such transactions. And that will build the resilience of the local economy. Now, the other issue too is that there are certain products that we have comparative advantage of. And so if these products we are able to produce right here in Ghana, is really going to help us. For instance, sugar, rice, wheat, millet, even we import a tomato paste
Mm.
from outside. So at the end of the day, meanwhile, we have comparative and absolute advantage to produce this. Now, the biggest problem we have now is because of the import substitution effect. You realize that we import too much into this country than we export. So we have unfavorable terms of payment. And so that terms become a deficit because our import exceed export. So we have a deficit. So at the end of the day, it puts pressure on your local currency, forcing the inflation to go high. So what I will advise the government is that they already have the structures, they have the policy. One one village, one dam, that's supposed to lead to the mechanized agriculture, commercialized agri sector. Why have we abandoned that whole policy? So government should pick the policy back, redesign it very well, and roll it out systematically. Then we'll be able to achieve food security. We'll be able to achieve water security,
But but but
and
but,
we'll be
but,
able
but,
to
but,
achieve
okay.